Yeah, man. This is again just one of those kind of core principles that's just it's hard to ignore,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
The impact of it is hard to ignore. And at the end of the day, it's the process of refinement. It's the going through it, the experiencing it, the value that adds. It's hard to deny, man. So so what do you say to the person? And I know we both have people in our lives that may not be as strong spiritually or in other facets, but they're going through transition, man.
Yep.
What do you say to those people? Like they're not ready to go up to the front of the church, right? They in fact may even have some other belief that may be, a bedrock for them. But again, what do you tell them? Like, what do you tell them? What are the ingredients, man?
Yeah. For some of the folks that I can think of for sure that they're going through their situations right now, I haven't been saying more than I've been doing and showing, James. So I've been bringing them on this ride, and collectively we've been doing that, right? But for some of the friends that I have, I've been bringing them on the ride, sharing with them, being open, vulnerable with them, and letting them know, hey, here's what's going on in my world. Here's what I see. Here's what I believe. Let's see what happens next, right? So there's this witnessing that's going on. We're all looking like, yo, what'll happen next? And then when things happen, they're like, Gerren. I'm just like, I know, and there's this like, and one friend of mine, man, he always asks, like, how can you be so positive, Gerren? He's like, the universe is telling me all of this, and the universe is this, man, you're lucky. And I'm like, have you not been paying attention, bro? Do you remember what I've shared with you when I shared with you what I'm going through? And he's like, oh yeah, that God thing, huh? And I just, because we recognize that people have to receive it for themselves, right? You can say whatever you want to say, man. Showing, a lot of people say seeing is believing. We recognize that believing is actually seeing,
It is the other way.
Yeah. So that's what I've been doing so far, man. I have been bringing witnesses to see this thing with me, and like together we can now talk about like, yo, did you notice that? Did you see what happened?
Could it also be how you carry it? So, man, one of the things that I've been that I've really been leaning into more recently is this idea of we all have problems. And, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter where you are, who you are, how high or low you are on your journey right now. There isn't anybody watching this video that doesn't have problems. Yeah. And being able to start with that creates an avalanche of empathy for me that has changed the way I show up in carrying whatever I'm carrying. And what I mean by that is the miracle isn't that. What they're seeing isn't that you are getting breakthroughs, because we all have breakthroughs. I think what they're seeing is whether it's breakthrough or challenge, how Gerren shows up is consistent.
Yeah, across the board.
And that's the miracle, man. The miracle isn't, we all know, listen, we all know, whether you're a person of faith or not, we've had good days and bad days. That is a fact, a part of life. We've all experienced that. Everybody can testify to that. But what's more difficult is what happens when we're going through our challenge and how we show up. How consistent can we be in our thoughts, in our commitments, in our dedication to what we believe, to pouring into our foundation, to spending that honest time with our family, including our spouse, children, whoever it may be. That's the miracle. So if we're going through these things and we're saying this is the miracle, then how should we then look at the idea of transition. My case, hopefully, that I just made was with joy, with peace, with contentment.
Yeah.
Because we are encouraged that the end result will be a better version of us. Man, I've been saying to you and saying to as many people as I can, because the light bulb truly went off for me about a month ago. I am the product.
100%.
I am the product, right? I think I even gave you the example. What's the difference between a billionaire who has a good family life, who is connected spiritually and emotionally, and is able to have a productive relationship with his wife, his children, and everybody around him, and the man who is making, just scraping by in life, but has a great relationship with his wife, is present for his kids, and is connected emotionally, spiritually, physically? What is the difference between them? I argue nothing is the difference.
Nope.
Because they're both living the life they're supposed to live. And the fruit of that life, they are the product. Everything around them is not the product. They are the product, Gerren. They are the product.
So what I'm hearing you say is all of this is a refining of us. Of us. So it's and we always use this, it's a lab that we get to play in, right? Sandbox. I say sandbox, you say lab. I agree. It's a lab that we get to play in. And as a result of that, we continue to be refined. You know, we talk about a diamond, how much it has to go through to have that luster at the end. And for us, yeah. From what you were saying before, it's like life will always give us ups and downs, but how we go through it, talk about joy, peace, right? Love and affection, and how we have community, like that is the foundational pieces that will carry us through no matter what. That's what I'm hearing you say.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And again, I think we've spent so much time as a society evaluating and judging ourselves by, what the outside in tells us are the trappings of success. But how many, one of the things that sticks out to me recently is believe it's Bill Gates, who, recently gave an interview where he effectively said, look, it's not worth it. Even in life, even as I'm still living, right? The money is not worth what it's cost me. So I'm just going to give it all up. Between now and here, I'm going to give it up. I'm going to give my fortune away. Why? Whoa. Why would you do that? That's what everybody's working for. And we have somebody who has it, who's saying out loud, I'm giving this up.
A lot of people tend to say, well, I want to be able to make that decision when I get, after I make the wealth, after I get the money. But I've been hearing that. The Bible speaks of that, right? Because I do see him and his ex-wife, like they've just been giving money away.
They have.
And to hear you, I don't know why it hit differently, man. The way you said it, like, they're just giving it all up.
Giving it up. They're closing the foundation.
I did not know that.
Giving it up. Because Gerren, it's even the pursuit, man. It's not just the attaining, it's the pursuit. We've all been in the place where we have that hustle mentality.
Yeah.
I am going after this bag and I will get it no matter what. Yeah. It causes you to make bad investments. It causes you to make less than balanced decisions. It causes you to get involved in schemes that you never, on a clear day, a clear-minded day, you would never even think about. Yeah. And we sit back and ask ourselves, when we take an L on it, we sit back and ask ourselves, what was I thinking? And it's the pursuit and the maintaining. What I think Bill is saying, and I don't want to speak for him, is it's easier. The life I see myself living, the simplicity, the focus, the lack of all of these outside perspectives. Let me just give it up, because there was a day when I had it and I was happy. I was happy.
Yeah.
What this experience has cost me in terms of my family, my soul. Look what it turned me into.
Probably doesn't even recognize himself.
I think he's starting to. And the more he pushes that money bag or money building, whatever it is, away, I think the clarity grows. There's a lesson in there for all of us. And again, this is not a biblical, this is just a practical life lesson from people who have.
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? So this idea that I'm going to judge myself, I'm going to grade my life and the transitions of life and how I spend my time and my energy on this external force, man. Haven't we seen enough? Spiritual growth, family growth, further developing our emotion, our emotional intelligence, our empathy.
Yeah.
None of those things says anything about what our bank account balance is, what our title is. But it says so much more about our character and where we are in our journey. There are billionaires I wouldn't want their life for anything.
Yeah.
Because I see what it costs them and I see what it costs society.
And that's just from the outside.
That's just from the outside. Right? So this is a commitment, man. And again, the transitions. As we go through these transitions, as we go through the refining process, the grade is not given by the carnal and material. We are the product. Can you not look at yourself in the mirror? Can you stare at yourself in the mirror and smile? Can you reflect on the people around you and the relationships you're in and see value? Does it make you smile? You and Curtis challenged me on this several weeks ago. Can you look at the relationship you have with your children and smile, with your spouse and smile? And do those things help you look in the face of adversity and smile because of everything I just said? We are the product. And if we're honest with ourselves, right? If we're honest with ourselves, how much energy have we poured in to breaking down and evaluating why we haven't gotten where we've gotten? Outside, external forces. How much time have we spent on that, and how little time have we spent on the reality of, when it's all said and done, stripped down naked, nothing left. We are still left standing there. What does the product look like? Close us out, Sprav.
No, that's the close. That's the close. Nothing else to add.
Okay. Folks, this has been another great conversation. I've enjoyed it. Gerren, I know, has enjoyed it. We never fully know where the discussions go, but we're always clear that we will get to the place where we recognize that the outpouring of what we've been through, of the experiences we've been through, will hopefully reach and touch somebody who may be watching this. The today I'm wearing this little bracelet thing, and I'm not a tattoo guy. I'm afraid of tattoos.
Okay.
Just so I've seen enough pain. I won't say if you have them or not, but whatever. But a few years ago, Christina asked me, "Hey James, what do you want for your birthday?" And at that time, I was going through transitions.
Okay.
And I said, "You know what, Chris, I don't know." She says, "What's your favorite Bible? Like, give me a Bible text. Like you're really like vibing with right now." And I was like, okay. Proverbs 3, 5, and 6. Trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean on into own understanding. Right? In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will direct your path. He will make your path straight. Some other versions say. And so she's like, fantastic. And she surprised me by getting me this bracelet that is a reminder. So if you see me wearing it, you know I'm going through a season where I have to look down and remember. I need a visual sign. And for all of you out there who are going through transitions, who are experiencing change and transformation in your life, find something to remember. Find something subtle, a sticky note on your desk, a little engraving of a favorite passage or Bible verse. Find something to remember, because at the end of the day, what Gerren and I talked about today are the beginnings of what we believe is a path to a life well lived. But it's going to take energy. It's going to take more of you. And so if you need that boost, if you need that reminder from time to time, my encouragement to you, the call to action here, find a way to remind yourself of where you're going, what you're worth, and what the true goal is. You are the product. Thank you very much for joining us today. We wish you all the best. Have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. And we look forward to seeing you the next time here on the Growth Mindset Network.